trade this morning. I can't tell if this is like a little bear flag waiting for the 7 o'clock breakouts or what here. It's kind of what it looks like, huh? And that 75, 78 is my line in the sand for the Bears. So if the Bears want to stay in control, they got to hold that 70, that previous day close. So don't really want to. We definitely don't want to lose that 78 area. Let's see here. Like I said, kind of looking for a little trend line drop here. Depending on the price action, guys, if the price action is not moving tonight, we probably won't stay on as long because the Tokyo session is closed tonight. All right. All set up. All right, we got 1 minute left. Like I said, kind of looking for a little dump here at the opening. Want to see that 78 area hold. Sorry about the phone there. We start losing that 78, which is kind of like a trend. We'll probably start moving to the upside. What's up, Fish Lips? What's up, Alan? That post that you put in the Discord, was that a trade that you took tonight, or was that a trade from earlier? Like I said, that 78 previous day close is going to be kind of my long in the sand. That was you tonight? Okay. Wow, look at this little pop here. This area here, this could be the high of the night. So this is the area that we're looking to hold. I almost want to jump in and just take like a little pre-trade just in case that's the high. Teaser, kind of a teaser trade with a couple micros and see if that's going to be the high here. What it is, we're just risking our profits that we already made tonight because we're up like $30. So we're risk like $30 of our profits here to see if this will hold. Could have a big push back down off of that level. If we get to 10, we'll just go to break even and we'll just kind of wait and see what happens. Because, like I said, my line in the sand for the longs and shorts is at that previous day close. I wish I could have got a little bit better entry, but we will take it. I may even go close to break even. This way, if it does push up, maybe we get a better entry or we get out of this trade altogether. Because nighttime is a very choppy type price action. It's never a smooth in one direction. It's always back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So it's definitely like tough price action. At least on a normal Tokyo session. And I want to say the Tokyo market may be closed tonight. Because I guess it's a national holiday for them today. I think it's like Founders Day. Like I said, we'll just stay pretty close to break even. And if it pushes back up and holds, we can always re-enter, get a better entry. Man, I almost wish I'd have just put a resting order sitting up there at the previous day close and took it like that instead of getting in a little later. You're thinking we're going up, Bay? Yeah, my line in the sand for the bear bull line is that 78 area up there. At that previous day close. I don't look at too many indicators, so I'm probably out of that indicator loop. Like I said, like I've said before, mostly all my trades are support and resistance level base. And it could go up. Like I said, we were just looking for 10 points there, see if we can get 10 points off of that and see what happens. You can kind of look to the left. There was so much liquidity there. So a lot of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 5-minute candles. That's a lot of chop there. Currency, we are doing the MNQ. We are trading 25K prop firm accounts, which basically represents $1,500. So you don't really get a lot of drawdown. So I really can't trade minis. So I have to trade micros. Then if we get stopped out on this trade, we're already at break even. We already hit that first target. I won't be considering longs unless we can find resistance back above 77. You do a mixture of VWAP, RSI, EMAs, and the Fibonacci. Okay. I used to use the VWAP a little bit. Mainly, the main things that I use now is probably the fib. I use the fib quite a bit, and also, and this could be the swing here. So if you pull fib on this, this could be your long bias right here off of this leg here. So I mean that's like a what 30% pullback on that leg there. So that could be a little nice indicator and we're going back up. I just feel like it's going to probably take us quite a bit to get through all these candles, especially being in the evening. You said you wish your husband was handsome. Oh, huh. Hmm. You shouldn't be putting that type of stuff online. Look for fair value gaps at premium and discount levels. I guess that's not a bad idea. I've never really thought much about that. Looking for discounts and uh, premiums and discount levels and discounts. Most of the time, I'm trading off whole numbers. Most of my trades are whole numbers. 200s, we got equal lows. All right. Let me look it real quick and see if that's for tonight for the what do you want to call it? The investing.com. Yeah, we were shorting. We may get stopped back out here. We're at break even. We already hit our fresh target. That 78 previous day kind of high close is my kind of my line in the sand for the longs and shorts. So if that area holds, we're going to be. That is my less, I guess, short long bias here at the 77. Economic calendar. So trying to look that up real quick and see. I thought Japan was closed tonight, but I guess that was last night or today. Yeah, it says Japan's national holiday, so the Tokyo market's closed at the moment. Mm, you think we're going to go up to at least the 320, 330? What is that? That's the top of that New York lunch high. I mean, that's not a bad target. What's up, Robin? How are you doing tonight? See, gain levels at no point today. Yeah, we had an okay trading day. The only thing today is I did get trapped in a short. I got a little bit of FOMO on that push down this morning. We ended up having a big pullback, and I had to sit through quite a big drawdown, and I was able to DCA back into it because I was thinking maybe the 15-minute would hold. The 15 minutes did hold, and we were able to get out of the trade. But that also caused me not to hold the trade because I'd already been in so much drawdown. I was just trying to get out of it. So then we ended up missing the whole big move today. And I knew it was going to be a crappy day. Can you show today's morning trade? Yeah, I'll show it in a minute. Let me make sure we don't take a trade here first because I'm waiting to see what happens at the 77 level. Yeah, I can show you the one that I took all that drawdown in. We took quite a bit of drawdown. It was up there. It was a couple $100. But like I said, we ended up getting out of it. We DCA'd out of it with 2 more adds to it. So we added twice to bring up our average, and we were able to get out of the trade. And then literally 5 minutes later, it dumped off over a couple hundred points. You made 1600s from that down move 1 minute. Yeah, I got in it late, Bay. I FOMO'd into it, man. I thought I was going to miss that whole move to rerun those, what is it? To rerun those non-farm payroll low. So I was like, man, I'm going to go and jump in this thing. This thing's going to the bottom of that data wick, and it literally, I entered, and it went straight back up. So it was just one of those. So I felt like I FOMO'd into that. But after we got done with that trade, the rest of the day was okay. Excuse me. Like I said, if we cannot break back above that 77, we're going to look for shorts. But the only thing is we're kind of shorting into a big order block. Let's see. Yeah, you can see that we're pretty heavily into these order blocks here. So if we run that one level that you were talking about, that 330, is that 330? Yeah, 330. That would be running these Newark lunch highs up here above what here, 320. Then Fishley was talking about we could possibly run these equal lows down here at 215 too before we go to the upside. No point. You want to talk trading, I see. The volumes are high on the 15 minutes. How was everybody else's trade? Did most of you guys survive the non-farm payroll this morning? We'll just wait and see what happens with the previous day open. If we can kind of get below the previous day open, we may look for a short and short down to the equal lows. See what happens with the 25s first. And we still got, oh man, we still got 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. Just trying to make sure we don't bounce. Let's see. You had the short opening from yesterday, close way up green, nice. I don't know how much of a fan I am of a short, but we're going to give it a whirl. I was short, like I said, my short bias is under 77. I feel like you should have probably been short up here if you wanted to better short. We already took that short once up there earlier. I wasn't sure if we were going to take it again because I wasn't sure what kind of price action we would get at the 50 level. I figure if anything, we'll just risk what little bit of green that we're up already tonight, which is $40. All right, we got less than 40 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. I'm hoping that this 5-minute candle can kind of print and do a little retest of the previous day open to find support for the continuous down to run these equal lows down here. The only way I don't like this, if it prints, it pushes back up and kind of pushes back over 50% of the total move. You're going to be long from 34. Okay. I think that's a nice long too, because you're kind of pushing down into all this resistance right here too. I mean, it's the same thing that we're shorting up here. I mean, right now we're just trying to trap between these two consolidation periods. All right, so there's the first hit of the previous day open. You kind of want to see, at max, you don't want to see us back up a bit above 55. No, whatever. We're trading the NQ. Oh no, I was just talking about the actual 5-minute candle, not necessarily the whole leg. Yeah, there's the 50% of the leg. All right, here comes our line in the sand. If we don't get through that 50% retracement area right here at the 40s, we're probably going back to the upside a little bit. 3-minute fair value gap at 34. Yeah, there's also a big one there on the 5-minute too that looks like it hit on the top of Bay. Yeah, but we're in what, 6 points to drawdown right now. So, and this 55 area is kind of the line in the sand that I'm looking for to hold. The previous day open, you kind of want to see the previous day like 55 hold. If you start losing that area, I may even close my trade because that'll just put us back at break even instead of putting us in the green. Yeah, I've made very little profit tonight. I think we're only up like what, $40, and we're $20 in the red here. So, and the goal in the night times to usually try to make around $100 on my eval. Take some of this stuff off so it doesn't seem like so much on here, guys. The 3-minute is in discount too. Yeah, I know. It's just one of those things. We'll just sit through it and see what happens. This is a fairly new eval that we started this morning, and we're already at 463. Actually, we got lucky on that because most of that money came from the what do you want to call it? What was that from? The news that we had this morning, non-farm payroll. I think Bay, he's looking for longs, and I was already in a short. I was looking for those equal lows to get ran down at the 200s. Ooh. And that could just be our swing level 2 Bay. The only indicators that I really have on my charts is the EMAs, and I couldn't really tell you like really how much I use the EMAs. They don't really help me in any way. I mean, besides like the 21 is probably about the only one I really pay attention to, and that's the red one. And the white one is 50, and the yellow one is 9. And the other labels on there is just like the previous day close, the previous day open. I'll have the previous day high and that type of stuff on there. All right, so we're heading more back into what we're going to do is just try to see if we can DCA out of this trade. That's the only thing about nighttime. A lot of times we like to retrace. How much are you? How close are you to passing your eval downward, Don? Is that Don? Yeah. Oh, I didn't get it. We are using Bulanox to trade, Boo, and this is Ninja Trader charts that we're using. The only thing that you have to pay for is the Bulanox. Who do you got your eval with, Don? This is the 5 minutes. So we're in a red 140 at the moment. We also started trading a elusive account today also. Let's see. Where's that at? Elusive. This is the elusive account. So day one for starting it, we're up 382. This was probably the one that we traded the most today was this one. So we're already in drawdown about 30 points. So what we're going to do is try to DCA back into this trade. Because that's the only thing about trading nights. It seems like it always kind of comes back to your entry. There's always a lot of retracement in the overnight trading. I mean, I don't think we get back below this, so we'll have to try to get a better average entry. Still an opportunity for long. We're going to add in at right at the 300 level here. A lot of down wicks there at the 300 level. What's up, David? We're trading the MNQ. Let me see if I can stick that on there. Usually you can have the abbreviations on there. That way it's easier to see what it is. See if I can find it first. Can't remember what that's under. Or is NinjaTrader connected to? Correct. Boost. So I use Beulah Knox to buy the contracts with, and that's who I use to trade with. So that's who most of my funded accounts. So right now I'm working on my 6th funded account with Beulah Knox. So the account that we're trading now is just an evaluation account. So I don't usually ever trade funded accounts here in the Asia market. But if you're looking for an easier setup, there is a lot to kind of setting up Ninja. There's about 4 different steps that you have to go through. It's not real hard, but it's just more steps to setting up Ninja. So what do you recommend for? I don't know too much about the Kraken. I've never heard of them. I mean, I think I've heard of them, but I've never used them, so I couldn't tell you anything about them. NinjaTrader is about the only thing that I've been using for the last couple years. When I first started, I was using what do you want to call it? Uh, Bay, we're going to that 320 quick, man. Holy goodness. Is this thing gonna at least give me a pullback into the 75? You would think that we'd want to come back and retest the 77s here. Or was this already the test here? Did you enter that long? Our next ad will be in at 328. I mean 325. Oh, you missed it? Man, I literally bought the bottom. What's up, Jay? How are you doing? What are you asking help for? It says, let's see. I entered the trade on the XRX. I'm not sure about all those abbreviations, and I'm down around 600. I did not sell, and I'm hoping tomorrow they'll go up a little bit so I don't lose so much money. Yeah, see, I don't trade real money. I trade just with prop firms. This way, you know how much money you're risking anytime you trade. Like, no matter how much money you like visually may see yourself lose, you know there's just a max limit, whatever it costs you to invest into the prop firms. So I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have as much luck as many people with. Most people in their early trading journeys that puts money in a real account, most of the time they'll lose their money. Seeing if we get that push back to the 90 here, or at least 95. Oh yeah, Alan. I don't know if I missed your message. I got a. I pretty much bought the bottom on this. Yeah, boo. We are in the U.S. Yes, this is an eval. We don't trade funded accounts in the Asia markets because I've only just started trading the Asia market consistently, probably back in December, Andrew. So to me, I don't care to get myself in trouble in this slow market and struggle to get out. So I usually just do evals only. So, and I usually trade like what Padeas evals, or I'll trade the Beulah Knox evals. I started a Lucas another eval today with a new prop firm company. Not new. Is it Lucas or I don't know. I always forget the name of their stuff. Lucis, yeah, Lucis prop firm. They have a really good deal if you can pass evals and fundeds. They probably have like the cheapest all-in cost because you can pick a all-in cost for like $60 right now with them, and you don't have to make like a whole lot of money. So with a 50K to make $1,000, you only got to make, you know, pass the eval plus make $2,000, and you can withdraw 1,000. So with my, so like with my funded account with Beulah Knox, I got to make 3,600. So we're about what we're sitting at 53,100. So we're still about $500 away. All right, we're almost to the top of that New York lunchtime high. So we're going to see what happens here once we hit the 325. Still struggling to get above those, what, 310s? I think you can sell crypto. I'm not which one. I know you can't trade minis in crypto, but you can trade nanos, which is a smaller version. Like this is Bitcoin here. So this would have been Bitcoin and the nanos. But I'm not sure how many nanos it takes to make a mini. Yeah, I'm hoping we get this pullback right back there to the 9 EMA here and retest this leg here. This way we can get out of this short, hopefully. My next spot of add-in is going to be up at the 25. Yeah, Boo. There is a ungodly amount of What's up, Phil? We're doing good today. Yeah. How about legacy trading? I've never used a legacy funded trading P4P house. Boo, there's tons of information on YouTube about like Ninja Trader and all the stuff and how to set it up. There is so much. Ninja Trader has been around forever, so there is like an ungodly amount of stuff. This thing just made another swing, didn't it? This stuff's taking all my profit from this morning. Just be patient. I feel that it will make a return. Methodical Man must be trading gold over there. Is anybody here trading gold or silver? Dude. Gold looks nasty right there, man. That thing has not moved. What about silver? Silver at least looks a little bit cleaner. It's not as bunchy. But silver is creating a nice little trend line break here. Silver likes those trend line breaks. Let's see where I think my stuff is sitting right there at the 50% mark too. Holy crap, man. Right there at the 50%. You made 300 on the short already? Nice. Dude, how heavy are you going in, Bay, to make 300 bucks? What are you going in, like 3 minis for like 5 points? One mini? Oh, you mean overall you made $300 on shorts? Or did you short that from the 315? I guess it what 15 points. Yeah, 15 points to make 300 bucks. Man. That's nice. Dude, if I tried to go in with the mini, I would just get wrecked. Mooning in after hours. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Max. In the evenings, mostly we stream in the even trading just to try to work on building my YouTube channel because it's extremely hard to build it during the New York session because there's so many other people streaming. So that's why I'm over here just trading evals in front of people. But I let everybody know this is eval trading. This is not funded accounts. This is not cash or anything. We only do that during the New York session. I don't ever, I don't ever reckon anybody trading their funded. If you're good at it, you're trade away. But I'm not probably the one that can show you how to trade your funded account in this price action. This price action, I still struggle a little bit with not London, with the Asia market price action. Yo, I trade as well. Yeah, Bay's over there knocking it out, man. Holy goodness, he called out a nice long there. It didn't quite get to the 34s, but it was still pretty good, pretty nice long call out down there at the 30s. Ooh, we might only get like that 20 to 40% pullback for this leg. I'm hoping. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't see it happen until after the fact that you kind of like looking at it. It's so much easier to see it after the fact, but when it was happening, I just didn't see it happening. Where you're looking at this leg and seeing that 50% pullback. I know that's one thing about the nighttime trading. If it hits that 50%, most of the time it doesn't go back too much farther. Are you shorting the 300 fish lips too? Holy goodness. Woo. I don't know. Do you think we can get that 75? I wasn't sure if we would even get to the 75 here because there were just all those wicks down there at the top there. You're looking for 260? I'm going to add back in at 325 if we push up to that 25 level. You do one mini, you either make 500 or lose 500. Okay. What size account are you trading on? Are you is that real money or is that like a funded account that you're trading on Bay? Funded? Who are you trading or funded with? Who are you trading or funded with? Okay. Luciv, nice. Yeah, I just started my Luciv account today, Bay. We are up $400 from this morning. And that was just trading it, and that was just from basically trading a few micros all morning. So a really good start, and we only got to make, I think we only got to make like 1250. So it's not a lot. Fingers crossed on the Apex payout. Why do you think you broke some rules? Oh yeah, I'm one of those people, man. I always appreciate anybody that shares any information in the lobby. I mean, if I don't use it, maybe someone else can use it, or you can just tell someone thank you. Like the other guy in my YouTube lobby, I use a lot of his, like, he likes trading whole numbers, so I like trading in between whole numbers. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That long. Yeah, I mentioned the long while ago about Bay calling out the long at the 34s. Unfortunately, I was short. Oh goodness. All right, come on, 275. We're looking for 275 to get hit here. Oof. That's right there at the 50% too. What's up? Is that hit K hit? I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. K hit. I don't know if that's like an auto generated name. It's like K hit. Is that right? KHIT. K hit. Kinda. Maybe I'm just pronouncing it wrong, like together. So if I am, I'm sorry about that. Yes, sir, Roy. We are trading futures. We are trading micros on a eval. So unfortunately, we pretty much shorted the bottom of this range. Our original entry was down there around the 50, and we DCA'd back into it, and now we got our average back up to 280. So I was kind of hoping that we would get like a 50% pullback here, and this would almost pretty much get me out of the trade if we get the. Yeah, that's why I'm hoping that we get that pullback to the 275. That would be definitely a nice area for the leg to hit. It would kind of bounce off the 275. Your news talk show with Eminem? I'm not really sure. Oh, wait. Micro futures and oh. I was like, what are you talking about, fish lips? I didn't realize that Methodical Man had put something in there. Good old Methodical Man. I bet you Methodical Man's got one of those tattooed on his body somewhere, like on his back or something. Thanks for the subscribe, Roy. I trade options, but would learn a little bit about futures. Dude, I always heard that options were a lot harder than futures. Because I know some people that trade options, man. It seems like they do really well trading those. I have a picture of Husk on my butt. Outer, I'm not sure. I think with all that news, Outer a lot of times won't trade all the news events that come out. So with being non-farm payroll today and plus CPI numbers coming this Friday, so I think he stays away from the news events. What's up, MH? Yes, that's correct. MNQ, 5 minutes. No, I've never done options before in my life. The only options that I've ever done is where you do the is it sell or call options where you risk the 100 contracts for a premium. You just blew your Top Step account. Still in the loophole. Unfortunately, I had to finally get to the point where I downsized K. That was probably that probably worked best for me, is not the over leveraging. And use cheaper evals. And that way it takes more stress off you. Because I'm not sure how much Top Step accounts are. Are they like $40 or $50 up front? Or what are theirs up front? Like most of these accounts that I have passed, most of them they started off as 90% accounts. But the thing with Bulinox, they are expensive on the back end, but they have less rules. They don't really have any rules at all. The only rule that they really enforce is probably that 40% consistency rule. So as long as you can not make more than $1,200 a day per, on the 50K, you're good. Now, Apex, I swear, man, I be failing Apex rules all the time. I swear, you be getting emails like, you have failed a rule. And most of the time it's because I'll get caught in a drawdown play and I'll break over that 30 or 40% and draw down on these small accounts. And so usually it gets me. Luciv it seems like a fairly kind of like Top Step. They have really good accounts. It's like an all-in account with them. So like right now you can be all in for like 60 to 80 and that's included funded. But I would only recommend that if you're decent at pass and funded accounts or evals. Because it has to suck, if you struggle passing evals and spending $50 to $100 on accounts. Because that can get exhausting. If you're not, it definitely can make you frustrated and quit when you kind of getting that heavy on evals. So usually when Apex has those 90% evals, that's usually what I recommend. That way you're only in it for like $15, $20. And so, you're not spending crazy amount of money, trying to learn how to do this. Because most people, it's going to take up to 2 years to kind of get, comfortable trading. And even at the 2-year mark, you still are fighting, demons and battles with trading. Come on, 74. We're so close to getting out of this. Oh no. 274. I'll take 281 and I will walk away. And we will look for even along with you at that 274. I'm not even going to be greedy. I'm not even going to try to get that last runner. I'm just going to try to close them all out at 281. Oh yeah, I got in a short a long time, Roy. I got stuck in. I shorted the bottom, man. I'm not gonna lie. This was a horrible, horrible short. I just, I, I DCA'd back into it is what I've done. So I actually shorted at 250 or 247, 248 area. So if we get out of this, it'll be like, whew. It could easily have kept going up and we just get completely wrecked. So if I closed it down, just say if I closed it now, I would only be down $20 and I'd be okay with a $20 loss, especially after being down a few $100. So close. You want to see it retest these previous day, huh? You lost a K today? Whew. How many minis were you trading when you lost $1,000? Oh yeah, it is so much easier to trade futures during the nighttime. Motney, the only reason why I tell people I do this is I try to build up my YouTube channel at nighttime because it's hard to build your YouTube channel during the New York session because there's so many people streaming. So I have to stream the nighttime to, get my YouTube channel out there. You made 2,900 with 2 trades? Heck yeah. Now, was that full porting the, whatchamacallit? What is that called? Non-farm payroll? Dude, fish lips. Guess what I did this morning with non-farm payroll? I told a methodical man this earlier when I talked to him. I tried to send. I went long in non-farm payroll. I had a feeling, I was choosing the upside. And so I had a order sitting right above to go long this morning during non-farm payroll. That thing went up over 150 points. I thought I full port past the eval, and I was on 3 micros instead of 3 minis. so I didn't really make anything off the trade. So, it worked. It's just I was on 3 micros. I didn't because I'd switched my one charts over to the minis, but the other one I didn't switch where I took the trade. so I only ended up getting like a little money because of that. I was just like, what? I was like, what happened? And I looked. I was like, oh crap! I was on micros. It's with a 20 tick stop loss. We had 25. No, we didn't even have a stop. When I do full ports like that, there was no stop loss. The stop loss is so far out of range that it would blow the account. It never pulled back though. It was straight up. Because I had my order sitting up here and it just went through it and did my like 25 points, but I was on micros. Because I think it takes about 25 points to pass an account. So let's see. Or no, 18. I still have it on here. Nope. Yeah. It takes 25 points to pass a 25K with three minis. Yeah, 25. Are you still shorting the 300th Bible? Oh, that's Nvidia. I have a question. I have Nvidia. I also have a S&P. Should I? That I'm not sure. I've never really looked at Nvidia stock, so I couldn't tell you much about that. Nvidia. I don't know. I mean, I know what Nvidia is, but I don't know anything about it as far as investment goes. So sorry about that, Bible Camp. MH is asking a question about Nvidia, so he may know a little bit more about it. I don't know much about Nvidia. You said you walked away from the computer and missed the ZB short this morning. You can tell more about the PNLTR. What is that, Sue? I'm not sure if I know what the PNLTR is. I'll have to look that up. See. Oh, it's a stock. It's a technology stock. Okay. Monte, it's some kind of a technology stock or tech stock. I don't know too much about it. Sue over here brought it up. We are on the 5 minute time frame. Need to know. If you go to my YouTube page, Roy, you can probably see my charts a lot better on the horizontal page than you can that vertical page. Because I'm streaming in vertical and horizontal. Sounds good, Fish Lips. Is that the team you said that your relative plays for or nephew plays for? Is the Suns? Okay. Man, I haven't watched basketball in years. Okay. I'll have to look for that if I ever see. That's because I don't have cable TV, so I don't ever see hardly nothing on TV at my house. Almost everything I watch is just streaming shows. Yeah, a lot better on this one, Roy. You can see everything a little bit more clearly. I think it goes back to 278, then back up. So is that something that you trade? Yes, it's actually M and Q. Need to know. These are micro charts instead of minis. So the ticker is MNQ March 26 contracts. Because there's 4 different contracts that you trade throughout the year. So right now we're on March contracts. Oh yeah, it's the worst to watch. It is tough to me. I struggle even watching this Asia market, guys. This stuff moves so slow. I'm not gonna lie. I will take the New York or even probably the London session. But I can't wake up for the London session. I would have to get up at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. So like I said, I pretty much just get on here for the interaction with you guys and just watching charts, even if they don't move. I'm already in a trade though. I guess I could have added to it. I saw you put the short in there. I didn't want to add any more contracts this close to my break even / take profit. We'll try that 75 bounce here though, if you want. So I can get out of this trade now with a $10 loss and just be done and walk away. So actually 264. All right. I'm sorry, Hanson. I don't really do the, I guess, loaning out type money stuff, man. Sorry about that. Hopefully Tom's get better. Ooh, we're only about 8 points away. Let's see what this... I have a couple of leaps. Sounds good, Monte. Have a good evening, sir. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, that 300 might have been your actual short area, Roy. I don't know if I short here. That was the one that Bay talked about around the 300 area to short, and also Fish Lips had brought up the 300 to short. To me, I've been just stuck in this short. Remember, this was the one where I bought at the bottom down at the... oh, yeah, we trade a New York session. I prefer to do the New York session over this than anything. Usually New York session is about the only thing I do trade. Like I said, I've only started trading the Asia market probably back in what, December, or yeah, 1st of December. Woohoo! Thank goodness we got out of that trade. That was a long trade, guys. I'm not going to lie. All right, we're going to look for that long with you, Bay. So now we're at least up 120 on the eval. So we got a little bit more profit that we can risk. we sat through this trade forever, man. We actually bought down here at the 50, so we were able to DCA back into this trade. I hate sitting through trades like that. But oh well, it is what it is, man. So, all right. So we're going to look for a bounce, hopefully around the 260s, the 270s area. Then if it can push back above this 21, maybe we'll just look for a long back above 80 here if the 260s hold. So let's see. The funded accounts, we didn't really make a lot because we took a winner, but then we lost it. So we're only up $36 in this funded account here. Then we traded this funded account. I think we're up around, no, this funded account, I think we're up around like 150 or something. We were trading with cautious today. I mean, it's so hard for me to trade whenever the markets, the charts get messed up by the news play. And so I'm thinking tomorrow may be a good day, but leading into Friday is going to be CPI numbers. And so it's going to be another big trading, like another big mover. So what it is, we had this big like 200-point candle this morning. And so it kind of messes up your charts early in the morning. So hopefully tomorrow is not super, super choppy. Man, we're getting a really nice trend line here. We're almost there. So when you put your orders on Bay, do you put resting orders or do you just go back in as it's moving back up? How do you enter your trades, Bay? You do limit orders? Okay. Where did we get down to? What, 70? You said you were looking for the. So do you got your limit order sitting at 264? Okay. Thank you for the offer, Master. But I don't usually do, I guess, signal stuff. I mean, if someone else is interested in that, they can. I don't. I don't usually do signal groups. All right, so far tonight we're up 121 on the eval, so not a bad night, even after sitting through a lot of drawdown and just kind of waiting. So we're able to. Ooh, we look like we have like this 5 minute trend line. It looks like it's about to pop. How many points do you look for on your trades, Bay? And we got equal lows sitting on those two. What's up, 410? We're trading the MNQ. I can put the ticker in the chat. It's basically the NASDAQ, but micros. Because we're trading small accounts. We're only trading 25Ks and 50Ks. So that means you only get $1,500 of drawdown and $3,000 of drawdown. In a mini, you will destroy those accounts pretty quick. Oh, you already jumped back in? Oh, well, nice, Bay. So did you get in at you got in at 74 and not 64? I might have missed it with you. What was the pullback on that one? Sorry about the charts, guys. I don't know what that is. It's kind of weird. Oh, that was back at the 60%. Whew. This is Ninja Trader snub. Yeah, we do. But Jason, like I said, this is just pretty much eval account. So we're not trading a funded account. We're not trading cash. So it's just more or less, I don't know. I don't try to get on here and try to do like make a whole bunch. We just try to get on here, finding new trades. If we can make, say, $100 on an eval, it's a good trading session for myself. So that's just because I have to make $1,500 to pass these. I'm trading two different evals, but I'm not going to trade my elusive account. I'm only going to save it for New York session because I really want to pass that one. The Bulenox account, and once I pass this, I'll have like 6 funded accounts with Bewley and 3 with Apex. Let's see. The reason why I've been kind of stacking Bulenox because you don't have to pay for the fundeds after you have 3. Let's see. So once you pass them, they just sit into pending, so you don't have to do anything with them. Dude, you're killing it tonight, Bay. Do you do better in the slower markets like this, or do you prefer like the New York market, Bay? Oh yeah, it takes lots of patience to trade this, Jason. I mean, this thing's probably just gonna go what back up to what if it gets to the 90s. I'm assuming what maybe we head back up to those what 320, 325, 330s from here. Your stop loss would have to be here. It's like a 20-point stop loss. You're actually bad at the slower markets. Man, you're killing it tonight, though, man. You're having a good evening, you know. I mean, you called out the nice long down at around the 30s and 40s. Then I'm not sure where your entry was on this one. I know you said you were looking at 64, but there was a lot of support here around the 70 to 75. So that's oh, I feel you, dude. I struggle sometimes in this slower market too. Or do you think we get stuck in all this consolidation? Oh, you didn't want to miss it again, so that's why you entered at the 275. Now, I'm not going to sit through drawdown on this one. I'll just take my stop out if it comes back. I'm not going to sit through a whole bunch of drawdown with this. because we do have a nice little 5 minute a 5 minute liquidity line built up here. So in these overnight sessions, seems like they like to break these 5 minute trend lines. Let me see if also 77. I think that 77 was my kind of line in the sand from earlier tonight for as far as shorts go. Oh, I thought I entered on 2. I guess I only entered on 1. Didn't realize that until now. This has been a pretty wild day as far as me getting stuck in trades. I'm not going to lie, man. I don't think I've ever been stuck in this many trades. Between that one that we were stuck in this while ago and the one that we were stuck in earlier this morning. What time is it? Now, I do like the shorts back below that 75-70 area. If we can start losing this 5 minute trend line, I feel like that's an area that we could move down later tonight, is to rerun those lows from earlier this morning. What's up, Creative? You said the gave us the real. Man, my throat is so scratchy. Help me to trade in the Bybit. I'm not even sure what that is. Let me look that up because I'm not sure. Oh, that's a stock. Oh, okay. Or a coin. I'm not sure. Are you in a short or a long creative? Yeah, I kind of like the shorts here. If you must be honest, I keep thinking that we're going to break this 5 minute trend line here, but I'm not sure. So, like I said, this I'm not sure how much volume we're going to have because of the how many monitors are we using? 4. The Tokyo markets, I think, is closed tonight. Unless that was yesterday that was closed. I'm not sure. Alan, we use 4 different monitors. We use 3 32-inch monitors and 1 34. So I have like 2 that are like beside. Then I have 1 here to my right that's kind of up and down parallel. Then above it is the 34. And that's because I have so much stuff opening. You got to think, I have OBS open. That's what's streaming the vertical. I have Streamlabs. That's what's streaming the horizontal. And then I have TikTok that's streaming horizontal and vertical. It says for future trading, we need both the spot and the future charts. Okay. Sorry about that. Man, I'm gonna have to get some kind of cough drops or something, guys. I feel like my throat's getting so hoarse. Stop calling me Bebe. What are you talking about, methodical man? We're using the just basically the MSS monitors from that you can get from like Sam's Club and Walmart. I think I have like just one decent one. I think it's like 250 or 300 as far as the I forgot what that level is called on those. It takes probably about 2 years. User, a lot of up and downs. I would say I'm probably in the negative still. Hus doesn't want you to tell you what he did to get those monitors. Come on, dirty methodical man. Concentrate on your gold trades over there, methodical. Methodical's trading gold and silver. Oh, dirty, dirty methodical. All right, we're kind of bouncing off that little 5-minute trend line again here at the 75, 77 area. Dude, guys, we had another setup this morning, but I was already kind of trapped in a entry, so I didn't take it. This is the funded setup that I like to take, and I totally missed it. All right, so this would have been your opening candle here, this big nasty looking, I guess, 5-minute candle. But if you draw the fib on it, so I had to sit through a lot of drawdown today because of this. So here's the opening candle. So this is the high that it created, and this is the higher low that it created. And so what we're looking for is a pullback into this box here. See this little box right here? This is the 15-minute candle. And there's the 50% mark of that 15-minute candle. Pulled back to about the 55, 60% and literally just dumped off how many points? Freaking 300 something points. I didn't take hardly anything on that one. I don't know if anybody took that this morning, but I was just like, ugh. I was so ready to get out of my entry that we just did not care. We were just, so we left a lot on the table on that trade. And this is what I usually look for my funded trades in the morning too. What it is, I got FOMO. I'm not going to lie. I got straight up FOMO this morning. I entered off of this somewhere, I want to say here, and we just went down a little, then we just yanked back up real quick. So I tried to take the break of the previous day close or right here at the 50 or so, and I thought we would at least get down to the 25. But this thing ended up pulling all the way back into my 15-minute range. So I can show you this trade right now has happened for the last 3 days. So like I said, you're looking for either a push up. Here's your push up. Here's your push down. Here's your pullback. 50% into the 15-minute candle. So this was this morning's trade. I mean, this thing sold down 450 points, but like I said, we missed all of it. So, all right. So this one would have been the previous morning. So what it is, this candle would have printed here. So this would have all been kind of one candle actually. Where did we open? I'm looking for the 6:30 opening. I'm pretty sure it's this candle here. I'm pretty sure this is how it came down like this. And this candle right here was your pullback candle this morning. So high, higher low. Your next candle would have printed, and this would have been your pullback candle. See how it pulled back into this box? This play happens a lot, almost every single day. It's just sometimes in the kind of the moment in the morning, it's happening so fast that you do miss it. But it's a lot easier to go back and see it in hindsight, but you just kind of have to. A lot of times what I do is when it pushes back into it, I'm shorting whatever which way it's coming back out of the box or the 15-minute candle, because that is the first 15-minute candle of the hour from 9 o'clock to 9:15. So this one here didn't quite push back into it, but it just retested it. So that would have been your entry there for that pullback. So we pushed down out of the 15 minutes. So you got a high, it got a low or equal low, whatever, higher high. So we broke the previous high on this pushback down. And then you're looking for the pushback into that 15-minute box. And here's your 15-minute box. Here's your wick. You get long here, and man, it paid big this week. I think this was Monday. So no, this is Tuesday. I think this was the only day that it really pushed through it. Yeah. So this was probably the only day this week that it pushed through our 15 minutes. You can see it's right here. So we actually pushed through the 15 minutes. Well, no, I take that back. Let's see. It was actually right here. Here was the retest of the 15 minutes right there. So low, your one opening candle. So you got a low, you got a high. So here's your 15-minute candle, this little box. I want to say it probably made a low first. It made a high. Then this candle printed and it pulled back down to our 15-minute box for a retest. Then what did it pay? 820. It paid 100 points before it really started just kind of whipping back around. So a lot of good setups this week on that particular setup. Those are the setups that I like to trade my funded accounts on. Sounds good, Bay. Thanks for all the useful information tonight. Thanks for the call outs and stuff. We're just up $90 tonight. We're not up a lot. It's been a fairly slow night. We had a couple moves to the upside, but like I said, I kind of got caught in a nasty short from earlier, Mag, because I shorted way too early. But I do like the shorts back below the 77s here. So if we can find support back below the 77s, 77, 78s, we need to break this swing, though, I feel. What? Kind of need to break these swings. This is MNQ. Can you please take that again? What were you talking about? Black Flower? Take what again? Sorry if I missed your message, guys. How's everybody else doing? Are you talking about the opening range strategy? So it is the 9. $15-minute candle. So you want to mark out your 9 to 9 15-minute candle, and you just want to look for a pullback into that range after it makes a high and low. So this would have been your high. And a lot of times I just pull fib on that whole move too. So there's your high, there's your low, and there's your pullback into the golden pocket into the 15 minutes. So this little square represents the 15 minutes. This is the one that has played out every day this week so far. But it's, like any strategy, it doesn't happen every day. I think most of the time you're lucky to get it like a really good setup 3 times a week or something. But, that's like any strategy that you trade. And so how I enter it is once it pulls back into the 15 minutes, I short at the bottom of the 15 minutes. So my entry would have been at 410 going back down. And this is a opening range indicator. And if you're using Ninja, I have it free in the Discord if you want it free. It doesn't cost anything. So if you go over to the Discord, look for 4/20/24 at 6 p.m. and just stroll up right above it. And it's the opening range box indicator. And that's what I use to mark out. That's what these boxes are. It's just an indicator. And so what they are is I mark out the hourly candles, and the bigger candles over here are the 4-hour candles. So this is a 4-hour candle, and these are 3 or 4 different individual hourly candles. This way I can see the highs and lows of the higher time frames without, changing charts. Are you short again, Alan? Join the Telegram. I don't think we're going to enter any more trades tonight. I'm trading from Egypt. It's so difficult, man. Withdrawals are literally nightmare. Oh, goodness. What prop firm allows you to trade in Egypt there, Momo? Like, which prop firm allows to trade? I know some of them don't trade in every country. I wasn't sure which one you were using out of Egypt. Ines and Olympia. I've never heard of those guys. They're both commercializing terrible. Okay. That's the first time I've ever heard of those. I'm not in any position right now. We're just kind of watching charts and listening to or answering questions, or just more or less here for just watching charts with you guys. We were lucky to be in the green tonight because we easily could have been red tonight. Cheeseburger. Right now we're up about $91. We were up $120. Then we took a little $20 trade loss over there, but I don't know how much. Man, it's almost like do we stay above these 77s and we continue higher here? Yeah, see, I've never heard of those guys. Nope. You take longs or shorts. There was a long opportunity in there from Monday or Tuesday, Alan. Unfortunately, the last few days have only been shorts because this was a short. This one was a short. Let's see. Let's see. Yep. Short. This one would have been a long. So this is your 15-minute candle. This is your opening candle here. We push down. Here's your low. Here's your high. And here's your pullback. So you wouldn't have got that breakout because most of the time I like to see it pull back 50% of the candle. And if you pull fib on this, it actually only pulled back 38%. So you didn't quite get the deep pullback you like to see. But, you know, anytime a pullback's only 40%, usually that means the bulls or bears are still in control. So you can see it's right at that 40% mark there on the pullback if you pull fib on that whole move. I want to say, and I actually took this one, but I didn't get the entry that I wanted to get. I think I ended up taking it probably 20 points above the bounce because it happened so fast. This is just the entry that most of the time I usually take my funded trades off of. So this is the opening range 15-minute candle. So this will be your 15-minute candle from 9 o'clock to 9:15. This is what this little square is. That's the 15-minute candle. So far, this thing is paid every day this week. So, and you got to make a high and low. So you would start with the high. So your low, because it went out first. And here's your high. This next candle is your pullback candle. So, and it retested the 15-minute candle, then you would, look for longs. As you can see, even though we grinded higher, this was definitely a tough entry. We've been trading this entry for not quite a year, probably about the last 6 or 7 months, but overall, I've been I've had my fair share of bumps and bruises and up and down over the last couple years. Bob Blast. Like most people that's been doing to this. No, I don't really do any kind of the only thing I usually use with ICT stuff is maybe like fair value gaps or something. I don't do no type of ICT strategy. This is just a opening range strategy. Then for my evals, I like trading Rico candles. I don't know if anybody trades Rico candles here. A lot of times on my evals, I buy just pullbacks on fundeds. I mean, pullbacks on. Let's see. RR. So most of the time I'll find myself trading Rico candles on evals. And this is what we were trading mostly today. So, and most of the time I won't do this on the stream though. Most of the time I do that off to the side. And I just mirror the account. So whenever I take it on this trade, you'll see it on the 5 minutes. What's up, Trey Khan? How are you doing today? Guys, I'm only going to stay on here for about 5 more minutes. And we'll be back in the morning for the New York session. Oh, this thing ended up pushing up anyway. Let's see. And as far as levels that we look for when we're trading, a lot of times we like to run. Now, this is something similar to ICT trades. I mean, Shay. These are called ICT kill zones and pivots indicator. So what it does, it just kind of marks out all the different trading sessions. And then most of the time I use the trading sessions for levels and targets. We'll have to see what the market kind of offers tomorrow, because tomorrow's is the day before CPI numbers. And just like it was Tuesday, it was pretty choppy. So we'll just have to see what the market brings. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to probably wait till next Monday or Tuesday before we get back to normal, because we have CPI numbers coming Friday. You've entered long at the 84. Oh, good feel. Nice, MH. What's your target? What target are you looking for? Oh, you're thinking we get the gap fill in on Thursday? $311. Okay, that'd be a nice little trade. Heck, that's almost what, 25 points. Nice. Right? See, 84, 94, 104. Yeah. 25, 26 points. I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, because we're still making higher lows. I mean, you can see all of your swings. I mean, so this was kind of the bottom swing. Here's your next swing here, and this is your third swing. And now you're kind of anticipating if we're going to continue higher, since we couldn't break this trend line, that we'd move higher, then come back and retest this area for another swing. So maybe that's kind of how it'll play out here. And we still did not run that New York AM high up there at 328. If you look at your lunchtime high, and then you have the New York PM high. No, I didn't jump. I'm not jumping back in. I was done trading tonight, Bay. We'll just live with basically the 90 or $100 we made. And oh, you were coming to tell me to jump in long? Nah, man, we're good. I appreciate it though. But we'll be back for the New York session in the morning. Maybe we can try to pass this elusive account and get elusive over the threshold. So we only need to make what? We got to make 1250. So how much more is that do we have to make to pass that? 1250 minus 382 here. So about 868. So maybe we'll get that pass over the next couple of days. Oh yeah, there's definitely not a lot of movement here, Georgie, in the Tokyo market. You may get something here on this 4 hour candle. This is the start of the 4 hour candle. So all your neo hourly candles are coming in right now with the 15, the 5 minutes, the 15, 30 minutes. So a lot of times you'll get a little bitty bump here at the 10 o'clock hour. So, whew, goodness, please stop yawning. All right, guys, good luck for the rest of the night if you're going to continue trading, and we'll be back for the New York session in the morning at 9 o'clock. Just remember, Friday is CPI numbers, so tomorrow could be a choppy day, guys. So just keep that in mind. Because remember, Tuesday was kind of a seek and destroy morning too. So remember, like, none of the runners were working. It seemed like we were constantly getting stopped out after like 10-point trades. So it could just be kind of a seek and destroy type trading day. All right. Thank you, guys, and everyone.